Hello and welcome to Epic Battles ACW vlog number 5, I think. So the eagle-eyed of you will probably already spotted what the most recent thing I've painted on the desk there. It's been a few days since I've recorded one of these. I got out the first 4 in quick succession along with a lot of unboxings and things. And aside from Middle Earth, this is very much my main hobby focus at the moment in time. But I had a few Middle Earth things come in, so those of you that have subscribed to the channel may have noticed that there's a few unboxings on there that have appeared amongst all of the Epic Battle stuff. And I think, like I've said before, the channel's going to be a real mixed bag. Mostly historical stuff at the moment and black powder stuff, stuff that I can't put on my other channel. But anyway, back to the vlog. So what have I been up to? I've been quite busy finishing off some commissions and things, but I've been trying to find time to finish some union stuff, and I've been working on quite a few, but this is the first one that first sort of fully completed. There we go. I think we've got that focus now. So I'll pop up on the screen a little image of the colours I used on most of them. Similar process to the last one. I plan to do another tutorial, like I did for the Confederates. I'll try and make it a little bit shorter this time and break it down a little bit more, a little bit less me talking and rubbing it on as I'm working, and maybe I'll record a voiceover afterwards and see if I can halve the time that it takes for you guys to watch it. Though I've had some pretty good feedback from it and it's been very, very popular, so I think following it up with a union based one will be pretty good. But yeah, contrast paints, very much tabletop stuff. There's a lot to paint. It's probably still not the quickest way of doing it, much to my detriment. Whether I've chosen the right process or not, I'm not sure. I really wanted to be able to use the contrast paints for the faces and beards and things, and I like the colour that it came out with the trousers, but it's I'm not sure it's the best process speed wise for the blue jackets. I think airbrushing the lot in zenithal style with blues may have been quicker, but then I'd have to white out or grey out all the rest with a hairy brush if I was going to use contrast on top. So either way, maybe the time matches up. Going out of focus as I spin that around, so let's get them back straight on. There we go, back in focus. I really do need to learn how to use this camera, so anyone's watching this is a bit of a whiz. Can let me know what's the best sort of settings for using. It's a really good 4K camera, but I clearly don't have it on the right focus settings because it's zooming in and out all the time, and I know it was a bit of a pain when I was doing the tutorial. I had to edit little bits out for it. So yeah, I will ask someone at some point, but if anyone wants to at least offer some help in the comments, please do. But anyway, that's my first unit. I'll pop one of the non-flag stands on. Just so you got an idea of that as well. The flags on there aren't glued on like with the Confederates. They are just the ones from the War Games Illustrated magazine as well, even though I've got the flag sheets that came with the starter set and with the extra brigade sets that I got with the big bundle. Quite happy with them in the end. I went back and did a quick highlight on the blue jackets, which I wasn't originally planning to do, which has added time, but I just wasn't really happy with it. They're definitely using the contrast method. I didn't find that they were as naturally suited to it as the Confederates, but that just might be me and my painting style. But anyway, as you can see, they're done. This is supposed to be a quick vlog rather than a long chat. So what else have I been up to? I've been playing around with some conversions, and I'll put some pictures up of this as well. Just started to play around a little bit. I'm doing some head swaps, and I'll pop a picture up now. But the first head swap I did was swapping over the mounted officer sprues head with one of the heads from the artillery crew. So it's probably worth looking at the image rather than when I go on the screen, I suppose. But this guy at the back here has actually got the hat, or the hat to the head, the whole head from the mounted officer, which enabled me to pop the kepi or maybe slouch cap. I think the Northerners have more slouch caps than kepis. Who cares at this scale? But pop that head on and I think it fits on really well. Didn't take much fidgeting around. And then you may notice that the arm looks a little bit different. So if I can turn this around slowly without losing focus. I cut the arm off at the shoulder. It does look like it's halfway down. That's just a stress mark for when I was doing it in the plastic. So I cut the arm off at the shoulder and then cut it away from the horse's head, hence the green stuff filled in mane there, which you may have spotted. And just positioned the hand so it looked like he was just patting the neck of the horse, maybe calming his horse. There's a little bit of green stuff extra on the hand for when I had to cut the blade away. But just tidied up, filed off and tidied up and added some green stuff mane back in. I am not an amazing sculptor. This is kind of the level I do, but I've never done anything at this scale, this small. But I think that's perfectly usable and it makes him different to your standard commander. You get them next to each other. So obviously the horse is the same position, but that's significant enough and different for me, so I'm definitely going to be doing that a little bit. I looked at swapping the heads from some of the infantry guys, but they're all nearly all touching the gun at some point, so that adds an extra element. But the artillery guys, perfect, just what you need. So I did some more as well. So the first guys I did, and you'll notice from the picture I used, was a grey sprue, same as you've seen before, but in grey, using the Confederate sprue, inverted commas, not that it matters once you put paint on them. And I lost the head. So I was going to do exactly the same for the Confederate guy. So what I did was I grabbed one of the Callistra models that I've got, that the horses I felt are a bit too small, stole one of the heads I liked, reposted a little bit so it looks like it's leaning forward. I don't know how well you can see that there, but there is a green stuff beard, a long one, and there is a very tiny green stuff epaulet there on the corner. I wanted something just to aim for when I'm painting. Some longer hair at the back, and again I repositioned the arm. So this one I didn't cut the blade off. This one I just cut off the shoulder, cut the blade away really carefully from the edge of the horse's mane, and sort of had it so it's down by his side. You can see again the green stuff mane on there, and I've had to green stuff in just the handguard and the part of the hilt of the sword as well, which was, I thought was going to be really hard, but it just went right. I thought it was complete luck. I say it went right, I'm sure it's not historically accurate, but it looks like an approximation of what was there before I destroyed it by cutting it. But I'm quite happy with those. Yes, he's leaning forward a little bit. I quite like the idea of he's sort of leaning across to talk to his aide or something like that. So I'm quite happy with those. It shows that using the plastics you can get a little bit of extra variation. You'll know from my last video that I wasn't too happy with the scale of the horses for Callistra. Not saying the models were bad, but it just wasn't going to work for me. They look too much like ponies. So I'm recording this on the 7th of April, and in some of the groups, the epic groups, today there's been some comparisons posted up, including some Peter Pig generals, and I thought the Peter Pig stuff before looked pretty big, but the comparison next to the Warlord generals looks pretty similar. So I've actually ordered a couple of sets, not much. I'm not sure that the generals are supposed to represent what I'm going to use them as. They're not as nice a sculpt, I still believe, as some of these. I quite like the more realistic proportions on these. But each general you buy for £3.50, you get an ACD and a flag bearer, and even if it's just those that I use. So I've ordered 4 sets, effectively 2 Union and 2 Confederate. I can't even remember which ones I went for now, but it's ones I prefer the sculpts for most. So we'll see what they're like when they come up. I'll no doubt unbox them and do a bit of a comparison video for you all. Fine little things that have turned up. Really boring. I was talking about bases in one of my videos. So this is my 60mm base that I've got Leon, and I said I was going to use it for core and army commanders. I mean, it depends on what size games I'm playing. If I'm going to put Jackson on one of these because he's a core commander at some points in the history, but he may only be commanding his Stonewall Brigade at some point. So it's probably down to personality size, really, especially with the Union as well. You got the guys swapping who's generally in chief all over the place, but just to help out with the game a little bit. So more of the named characters and the more important ones will be on these larger sizes, and then we've got the two smaller. And if I ever have lucky enough to have an absolutely massive game where I do have used the rules for the kind of the extra layers of command, I can show which one's more important that way if I so wished. But I'm going to base them up in 3 different sizes. So these are the 40mm ones, and I still think you can comfortably fit a couple on quite nicely. And then the smallest size, I was thinking of maybe one guy, and then cutting up the command strips or using a Callistra command stand or something, just one individual infantryman, maybe a banner bearer that way, just to make them look like a smaller brigade commander or just a brigade commander. They'll be mix and match a little bit depending on what size games I play, I'm sure. It just gives me a little bit of flexibility. But anyway, we're gone over 10 minutes now. I want to keep these vlogs very, very short. Yeah, I'll put a little picture up again to show you proper things that I finished at the end. But yeah, happy to finally get some Union done properly. And thanks for watching the vlog, and more will follow quite shortly. So catch you soon. Like, share and subscribe and all that stuff. And thanks for watching.